says Kronovi. He has to sleep soon. So this is going to be game 9. Kux actually winning 5-3 in games, but Kronovi might be able to get some honor back by winning the last game. So we got default camera glitch for Kronovi, regular camera for Kux, so we're probably going to watch most of the game from his perspective. And, this will settle the age-old question, who's better, Kronovi or Kux? Kronovi actually started off very well, winning 3 out of the first 4 games that they played, but the following 4 games have all been won by Kuxir. One of them an extremely one-sided game, and the others being very close. Kux looking to pick up where he left off though, spotting Kronovi way off his line. If you're shadowing like that, where Kronovi was, you kind of need to be about halfway to your goal or no closer than that. If you're closer than half the distance between the enemy player and your goal, they can kind of just hit the ball over your head. Oh, Kronovi with a disgusting mind game. Wow, Kux actually, he even got on the right side of the ball. Notice Kux positions himself on the opposite side of the ball from Kro, but he didn't get anywhere near it. Kronovi, really good read on Kux's challenge there. He got inside Kux's head immediately after Kux spotted him off his line to take the lead. Maybe bodying Kux? No, Kronovi actually opting not to flip or fly into Kuxer right there. I feel like it would have been a pretty high percentage play if he'd done so. He just tried to drive into Kux. So Kronovi trying to control the ball. Actually going for an infield dribble. That's a really smart play. Kux did well to recover though, and that's probably just on target. This is what Kux does. He wins a 50-50 and puts a shot in the net. But I do like that we saw an infield dribble there by Kro, because a lot of players in Kux's position would have expected Kronovi to just dribble the ball into the corner and collect the corner boost. And they might have, positioned accordingly. But Kux held his ground in the net, which is definitely the correct play. Oh, the boost starve is real. That's just so difficult for Kronovi to play this situation. Kuxer nipping in right here and taking the boost makes it so difficult for Kro. He really had to just flip at that ball, try and get it up in the air, waste some time, give himself any time, even to collect a 12 boost pad would have made a big difference. Hopefully no fatigue settling in for Kro, because of course he has been up all night, as usual. Kronovi never one for sleeping, just plays Rocket League and Path of Exile into the early hours. Kronovi opting not to carry the ball on top of his head, a strategy that I really like. Look at this play by Kro, really well done. If he carries the ball on top of his head, he can't really, surprise Kux with an angle like that. So, really well played by Kro. He, a while back, used to carry the ball on top of his head pretty much every time he was attacking, a couple of months ago. Strategy that I was heavily critical of, but he's definitely widened his repertoire of attacking moves. Good finish by Kro. This is, again, just a beautiful illustration of why taking ground shots is so useful. Even though Kronovi had to make a complete 360 turn, he's still able to recover much quicker than Kuxer. Gets the equalizer off the back of a ground shot into a rebound. Bit of a giveaway by Kro there. Oh, he does actually recover. No way, Kux actually giving Kro the possession. I feel like Kux should have taken this ball. When Kronovi makes that touch, Kux needs to influence that ball in some way. He can't just arc round for the boost without touching the ball, at least up the wall or something. Letting it bounce into the middle, far too dangerous, because Kronovi can just take that shot. Oh dear, Kronovi actually centering the ball for Kux. Will Kux get a good shot? Nope, not good enough. I think Kux actually waited a little bit too long there. Now some patience from Kronovi again. Kuxer never wants to aggress early. Oh, this could be a goal. Kronovi with a much faster recovery time, but not fast enough. Notice how Kronovi, every time that he's front flipping into the ball, or every time he's flipping into the ball and landing close to the goal, he has to make a little bit of a reversing maneuver in order to get another shot on the ball, basically. We're just making it very difficult for him. I don't really like that fake, or that kickoff by Kro. His recovery time is going to be longer than Kux. This is kind of what I talked about earlier. If you delay your flip, you kind of bounce off the top of the ball. I don't see it working as much as I see it failing. I prefer players to just, flip into the ball as early as possible. Just double front flip. Oh dear, Kronovi actually recovers. What? No way, Kronovi getting a recovery. No power shot, but it's going to be enough. Wow, I was going to say poor Kronovi getting double kickoff gold, but somehow he manages to pop the ball into the crossbar. Wow, beautiful defending by Kro. Using his own crossbar to get the save. Oh, demo maybe. Oh, Kux getting just a tickly bum, but no demolish from Kro. Oh, Kux is just so good. Just following Kronovi all the way around there, and now the ball's made the journey around the whole pitch, and it's in Kronovi's net. Kux just followed that the whole way. Oh, and the fact that he got that boost really made a difference. Kronovi just, he was kind of stuck on the wrong side of Kuxir. He could not get around the Batmobile. I'm expecting another kickoff goal here. Kux just too good at these ground shots. We'll see if we can figure out what Kronovi did wrong. I feel like Kronovi right there, you know, front flipping into the ball is kind of what I talked about earlier. When you front flip into the ball as opposed to diagonal flipping, you're not really dictating which way the ball goes. And if your opponent goes for a diagonal or a side flip, they, you know, they're influencing the ball in a sideways direction of their choice. Oh, Cox with the power grade Falcon maneuver, just getting a really painful nose. Oh dear, Kronovi trying to do a ground shot, but he just mistimed it barely. Surprised to see Kuxir rushing this play. In previous games, you know, we saw him ticking down the clock on purpose, but this time we see a pretty early ground shot, just about 2 or 3 seconds after he took up the possession. So Kuxir, he's not really going to get a shot on target from there, but all he's trying to do is keep the ball alive in Kronovi's half, so that Kronovi can't counterattack. Oh, another missed shot by Kronovi. He really needs to get these. He really needs these open net shots, or he's just going to get, you know, scored on repeatedly. Okay, so Kronovi going for a fake pop, but Kux doesn't commit to it, or doesn't back off rather. You know, faking a jump, like Kronovi did there, sometimes makes your opponent back off because they're trying to anticipate where you're going to be hitting the ball towards after you jump. But just by jumping, they back off and then you land on the ground again and continue with the dribble. Okay, Kronovi trying a bit of a delayed flick there to mind game Kux, but I don't see this working. Kux is just too good off the wall. His wall defense, some of the best in the world, but right as I say that, he actually centers the ball. So yeah, right there, Kux needs to be hitting the ball into his own corner, not into the center, because of course when you center it, the other player can just collect it and walk into the net. It's kind of, you know, I'm not going to call it the caster's curse, because that would just be, you know, me trying to justify me making a bad prediction. But that's just the way it is sometimes. You compliment someone and then immediately they just ruin ruin what you're saying. Oh, Kronovi just in no man's land again. Kux with the backflip. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but good recovery regardless. Kronovi with it all to do now. Oh no, Kuxir trying to do something fancy with the rebound, but I mean, he's just hitting the ball left and right here, wasting time. He's got the win in the bag unless Kronovi can pull out a miracle, but I don't see it happening. He might get one goal though. Will he be able to get it in? He's gonna go fast. Oh, he's not even gonna try. He knows that he probably can't do it. They're just gonna do a teamwork goal at the end. I expect a couple of what a plays, maybe close one, says Kronovi. Kuxir, beautiful finish, actually pinching it right off Kronovi's roof. And good games, well played by both Kronovi and Kux. Kux finishing off really strongly, 5 wins in a row, but all but one of those games were extremely close. Really good plays by both Kronovi and Kux in these games. And that's going to do it for Kronovi vs Kuxir. I'd like to, you know, thank all you guys for watching. Hope you had as much fun as I did. And massive thanks to Kronovi and Kuxir for doing this. So, I think that's the first time that I've done any spectating of Kux in private games, so... Oh, well, I was going to say thanks, but I guess you're listening. Thanks, Kux! But that was, you know, really good to see. just the mid-game adaptations from both players. If I had to think of, the biggest things that I'd want to change or the players to change in their games, I'd love to see Kronovi try to do those sort of pop shots in the Octane. Because a lot of the time he was trying to get the power shot with the nose of his car and he was hitting it with the roof at the side of his car instead. That's probably the biggest thing that I saw him doing wrong. Kux, after the 1-3 loss in games in the beginning, managing to get 5 wins in a row, looked very dominant. He really seems to have a good read on Kronovi's play, and I'd need to see Kux play against somebody who plays less of a similar style to himself, because obviously Kux and Kronovi have a lot of similarities. They're both very defensive players, and when you match up those two players against each other, it kind of just boils down to who can take the lead first, because whoever can take the lead, kind of, their defensive play style plays really well in tangent to that. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to get more 1v1s on the go. Kronovi's saying, why did I let you talk me into playing? It's 11 o'clock now, gonna get like 5 hours of sleep. But again, thank you Kronovi for playing. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun watching.